Cavendish and Harvey was founded in 1977 and has been selling its delicious confections out of Germany ever since. In 2018, they underwent a brand relaunch in which they claimed they made improved recipes. The question is, did they improve them enough to impress our YTD judges? And can they take home the crown against Lotus and Dillon's? You tried that. You Tried Dat. I'm Nick Novak of the Palace. Shane Hancock.
Howdy.
Nick Geiger.
Hello.
Guys, a year has went by. The holidays passed up without this, but it's not too late. I've got some fresh Grinch content.
Yes. Oh my God. This is the best news I have heard in a while. Let's hear it.
Love
Grinch content.
Usually once a year.
You're a topical one, Mr. Novak. Christmas was 3 weeks ago.
So we went to, during the holiday season, the end of it, we did go to like a Christmas play thing for someone in extended family. And it was little kids doing like this Grinch version of a play. Where a narrator would come up.
A Grinch version of a play? Like Death of a Salesman, but with the Grinch instead?
Rent, but it's all Grinches.
Playing the role of Willie Loman, Grinch.
Always be Grinching.
Grinch of the opera.
Grinch Gary, Grinch Ross.
First place is a date with Cindy Lou Who. Second place is a set of steak knives.
Third place, you're Grinched.
You see this sleigh? It costs more than your life.
So they were doing How the Grinch Stole Christmas as a play.
Well, that makes more sense.
Yeah. And so they just have like a narrator come up, one kid playing a narrator, reading off a sheet. And then, like, the characters would walk around and do a little something. And so the character who's played Grinch, the kid is wearing, like, a onesie, a full Grinch onesie with Grinch hood and, like, a green face paint. But the problem with this particular Grinch is that he spent 90% of the play fondling his nuts.
Is this like? Yeah, I was just gonna ask. How old is Grinch?
He's like a little grade, like he was like a nervous grade schooler, you know, like he keeps tugging at his pants and like can't keep his hands off himself. And I was like, someone tell the Grinch to calm down. Not part of the original Seuss story that I remember.
You're juggling your balls, Mr. Grinch. Keep your hands out of your pants.
And suddenly, his penis was 2 sizes too big.
I felt bad for the kid because they're like
sprung. Sorry, go ahead. You felt bad for him as I make fun of his boner.
Let me tell you, he had a 39.5-foot pole. So I mean,
whoa!
But I felt so bad for the kid, just like, you know, just every kid's doing that at that age at some point, and this kid's now been put in front on stage. In front of a lot of people.
Not just on stage. He has on like so many 15-minute videos on people's iPhones now, like just hacking away at his dog.
Unfortunately, no one ever will watch those. You know, they'll all get posted to Facebook and people will just scroll past. So it's okay.
Yeah, he wasn't like a background, like, oh, he was like the mayor of Whoville back there, like fondling his nuts. Like, no, he was Grinch front and center.
Yeah, if you're playing some minor part like Mayor of Whoville, then have at it, my friend.
Right.
When you're Nazi number 2 in Sound of Music, you can fondle your balls to your heart's content, okay?
Yeah, you know from experience.
Yes.
I got some of my ball scratching done during those shows. It is embarrassing. I remember when I was a kid, my soccer team got to play at halftime of the local professional soccer team in the Milwaukee Wave. So you run out there and you think it's this big deal. In retrospect, there's probably like 2,000 people there, but it felt like, a big deal.
And they were all taking a piss or getting popcorn or something.
Yeah, and I was just like playing with my balls the whole game. No, but I had pulled my dad like videotaped it, and I guess I had pulled my shorts up too high, and my underwear was like my tighty whities were sticking out the bottom of my shorts. I'm like, no one could mention this to me the entire game.
Too high.
Yeah, it was
your tighty whities
firmly
stick
up
out
my ass. Yeah, so like. I felt so
wearing
embarrassed.
it like a thong? Like, what's happening here?
And so, like, I remember getting home and seeing the video and then being so mortified that, like, 3,000 people watched me run around in my underwear. Technically, that makes them all perverts, right? I think that's how that works.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, now they all got arrested. That's how the Milwaukee Wave got shut down.
Right.
But, yeah, we didn't win.
Oh, you didn't?
I think we tied. Yeah, we had to get it done. It's a halftime. They're like, hey, guys, wait to take the field. This is a scintillating game going on. Mm-hmm. We got underwear guy over there just tripping over his fucking drawers.
Isn't that the actual normal style in Saukville, where everybody looks like a fucking freak? Isn't that
okay? A month ago when we had Christmas, my family was quite adamant. And Saukville is a wonderful place to live. They were they had several choice comments about how we didn't like Saukville, although they have admitted I'm not lying in any of these stories, so that's like, it happened. Just stop knocking on Saukville. But anyway, yeah. Thank God I only had to spend a couple hours in that dump for Christmas. I'm kidding. I love you guys.
But speaking of Wisconsin, you said you did a white elephant gift exchange.
It was in Wisconsin. Yeah. So we did a white elephant gift exchange with my in-law family. So my wife's brother and sister-in-law, my niece and nephew, and my father-in-law, and obviously my family. And so, my in-laws are more like me. Me and my brother and sister-in-law are more like my sense of humor, our sense of humor. My father-in-law is not as much. He's a very wonderful person, but
the typical old man sense of humor, aka boring,
right.
Probably
a respectable person that doesn't make cum jokes every 30 seconds.
Yeah, right.
His favorite part of the Grinch play is not when the Grinch plays with his balls.
The part no, he likes it when the constable of the town comes up and reminds the Grinch to stop scratching his balls in public. It's like, that was sensible. No, I like that.
He's not a background character. He can't be scratching his balls like that.
And then he went to the background. It'd be one thing
if he was the mayor of Whoville in the background.
He went back to the mayor of Whoville. He's like, get to it. You've got all this free time. What are you doing? So we had to put together a white elephant gift. And my typical white elephant gift go-to, I've done this once, and our friend group did one year, and I did this. Our friend Stevie B, I think, won my prize, is that I try to take a picture of my dog taking a shit. And then I also take a picture of the shit. And then I do like a 2-picture frame and I give it to someone.
Wow.
So I chased my dog for 3 fucking days and could not catch him taking a shit on camera. that fucking shithead. Like literally it's at night. I'm like out there. It's freezing cold. I'm out there like in my sweatpants. Like a flashlight? Well, like with the flash on my camera, just trying to scan for where she is. She's a black dog in the dark. It's really hard to figure out where she is. And I'm just going, go potty, Lambo, go potty. And she wouldn't fucking do it. I looked like the biggest fucking creep on earth.
You couldn't just take her for a walk during the day? Fucking idiot.
Well, then
solution.
Then
you're in the neighborhood and people see you taking pictures of you.
Yeah, like take a picture in their front lawn. Don't worry. It's for a white elephant party. It'll be great. I'll send you a copy. So then
it'll be very, very funny. Trust me.
Yeah. So now I'm like, what do I do? Right? Because I got to come up with something. And I'm the irreverent one of the bunch. We all know this. So I got to come up with something kind of off kilter. So I found a T-shirt I had.
Just what, picture of your dog's asshole while she's sleeping or something? Maybe that.
I did actually think about taking pictures of my pet's assholes and framing that instead, but I thought that was a bit too overt. So I had, I have a group of friends from work, the guys I used to go fishing with, right? Once in a while we get together for a steak dinner and we go to one of the guys' houses and he cooks and we help him and all that shit. Anyway, so as a joke one year, he had written on the menu, he writes out a menu in the email, like what we're all going to eat. And at the end it says, and minimal penetration. And I don't know why we thought that was funny, but whatever, we're dudes.
He writes that every year?
No, he just did that the one time. And we kept making texts.
No, the other years it's maximal penetration. That's the funny part was he was only going to bang you.
And then the last one he put was Grinch ball scratching. So we kept making jokes about it in the run up to the steak dinner about the minimal penetration. And so when we got there, he had made T-shirts. It's like a chef, like it looks like Chef Boyardee doing the chef's kiss, and it says minimal penetration under it. So obviously I don't wear it. Yeah.
T-shirts.
I don't know why.
This guy went all out.
Yeah, it was funny, but I mean, I'm not going
too far, but okay.
Does he not get like jokes that work a lot or something? Is he like he had
to commemorate his one funny joke? No, he's a funny guy.
This is the first time people have laughed at anything I said. I'm going to roll with this for 30 years.
But so he had this now. So like, it's not a shirt I can wear a lot, obviously, or ever. But it'd be funny as a gift, I thought, right?
Not even innuendo or anything. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Well, there's no penis on it, at least. It's like just a chef. So I'm
this would be like a 1 in the pickup line segment. Like, you can't.
Yeah. It's not minimal penetration is not a pickup line. It's,
hey, girl.
It's barely an instruction.
I've got a small penis.
You like minimal penetration? So I'm like, this is my opportunity to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, send a good white elephant gift, and get rid of this fucking shirt. So I wrapped it up, and then I'm at the party sweating, and I'm like, okay. Only 2 people cannot open this, right? Now, obviously, my family knows it's from me, so they're not going to pick it. So it cannot go to my niece because I'll feel weird about that, and it cannot go to my father-in-law.
Wait, how old's the niece?
I don't care what age she is. She shouldn't be getting a shirt from her uncle.
Okay.
She's a teenager. Yeah, she's a lovely person. And I don't want to do that to her.
Lovely person.
But
until she got the shirt. Her life's been downhill ever since.
I mean, she's heard me make dirty jokes. I don't think it'd be beyond the pale. But
wow, you're making you doubt your jokes were about minimal penetration.
No, they weren't. But the problem is, my wife wrapped it when I wasn't home, so I did not know which one it was. And Betsy was
that's the problem, is that you're going to somehow blame this shit on somebody else. That's not you.
So Betsy
not the problem with
did not properly warn the person, right? That's her fault. And of course, my father-in-law ends up getting the package. So he unwraps it, and I see the white shirt, and he hasn't like unrolled it yet. And I just go, shit. And my brother-in-law starts cracking up because he knows it's going to be something bad. And he just goes, oh my. And then he like turns around and like he laughed about it. But I was like, it's this. I try to explain like
you weren't supposed to get it, and I didn't see Betsy wrap it. You know, it's a whole thing. It's not my fault.
What we meant was penetrating the steaks with a meat thermometer, so we'd know when they're done. That's what that means. That's why there's a chef. No, but and we end. It's one of those where you can swap. So my brother-in-law mercifully swapped with him. So John doesn't have that hanging up in his closet right now.
How did your ungrateful ass not swap and just get the shit? Like you
I didn't go yet. It wasn't my turn.
Somebody else.
He was like second.
Yeah, when you come, then you swap it out.
Dan took
so
it
no one
before
gets
me.
Stuck with that shit.
No, Dan can fucking have it.
You got to take it from Dan.
Guys, I don't want this shirt.
What did you get? Now, what did you come home with?
What did I get? It was nothing nearly
$300 in gold bullion.
Well, what were the gifts? There was one that someone asked us all to send a goofy picture, and then they were able. You could like send it in online and make a coloring book out of it. So that was kind of neat, but it wasn't funny. I mean, come on. Not like minimal penetration.
See, you got a coloring book?
No, I think that's what my father-in-law wound up with.
Oh.
I'm trying to think what else there was. I really don't know.
This was like a week ago, and you don't.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
No, Christmas was like a month ago.
You don't remember.
Look, man, a lot of shit has happened. Like Christmas.
Fucking know you got something really nice.
No, I didn't. It was a white elephant party. It wasn't very nice.
Oh, you got booty shorts that say maximum penetration. That's what it says. Just penetration. They couldn't.
I got booty shorts that said prison bitch on them, and there was a hole in it. No, I'm trying to think. What
Pulling
else
out your Tesla. Hey, enjoy the shirt.
Tesla. All right, and the last one, it's a set of car keys. What in the world? Beep beep. Go
But it's,
check the
it's a
driveway.
white elephant. It's a white elephant, so it's got to be a Cybertruck. That's the thing. God damn it! Give me the penetration shirt.
Dan's like, no, I'm just trying to get rid of the Cybertruck. I don't want it. No, there was like
car keys, but it was a white elephant key party.
There was a cactus that like moved.
You got to go home with whoever ends up with a penetration shirt.
You got dancing cactus?
It was a dancing cactus that you could like.
That sounds
record
awesome.
things.
I want that.
Yeah.
There was I don't know. John gave us some like old car part or something. I don't know. Like it wasn't
an old car part.
See, that's what he said he was going to do. I don't know if he actually did it or not.
I didn't want to give you the full Cybertruck, so here's a wheel.
Look, John's a lovely guy. Mischievous is not one of his attributes.
Like a spark plug, or what?
I don't remember. Well, I don't even remember if that's what he. I remember he said he was going to do it. Yeah. So I think
let's
won.
eat some snacks.
Yeah.
3 snacks, 5-point scale. Love that, like that, different to that, dislike that, and hate that. Let's start with these cookies. These are the Lotus Biscoff Vanilla flavor cookie. We have done, I think, just the straight biscuits. Yes, and we're used to getting those biscuits. Get them on a lot of airlines now. They're just easy to find in stores, but I don't see these cookies very much. It basically looks like an Oreo style cookie with 2 round Lotus biscuits on the outside and vanilla cream in the middle. Chad, you said you got all these at a store near you.
Yeah, the new artisanal grocery store snack shop kind of place opened up near me because it's San Francisco, and so there's artisanal grocery stores like there is McDonald's in the Midwest or whatever. So they're just everywhere. Yeah, and so I went there, and the lady told me that she tries to get snacks that you can't get at other grocery stores. So, and there was a lot of things there that I hadn't seen before. So that's what we're trying all 3 of these tonight. It's a pretty crunchy cookie.
Yeah. Guy, you're going to be first. I think this one's kind of tough. What do you think?
I don't have the package again. What is the flavor supposed to be?
Vanilla.
Oh, it didn't say like what flavor the cookie was?
The cookie itself is, I don't know, like there's.
I mean, it's the flavor. It's the same cookie they give on the airplanes, right? Where it's kind of cinnamony, maybe
like
gingerbready a little bit, graham crackery, that sort of thing.
The cream is interesting. It's kind of like smooth but thick. You know, if you're comparing it to like an Oreo cream, it's got some like grit to it. I think it's interesting they call it a vanilla cookie, and I get why. It's just because the cream is vanilla, but the overriding flavor is graham cracker. So, you know, Chad mentioned the cookie is crunchy. I kind of like that. I actually think it doesn't border on too sweet. It's close, but not too bad. Like, if I got this on a flight, I'd be pretty pleasantly surprised. Like, this is a nice airplane snack. This is better than, like, peanuts.
This would be better than anything you've ever gotten on a flight, probably.
Yeah.
That airplane food's such shit.
I'm assuming they can't give peanuts anymore. Is that right?
No, they still do on Southwest.
Oh.
Are they allergen-free peanuts somehow?
No, I think they just don't give a shit about weaklings with peanut allergies. No, I'm just kidding.
You have your choice of peanut or EpiPen. This is a solid like that for me. These are good.
Chad, what do you think?
I really like those Biscoff cookies that they give out on airplanes. They are generally my favorite airplane snack. The addition of the cream here, I think, works really, really well. I like this cream a lot. I look forward to making a makeshift double stuff with these later. I think the flavors complement very well between that delicious cookie and the good cream. This is a home run for me. I'm giving it a love dat.
Wow.
I feel you don't like it as much.
We're spread out today. I completely disagree with you guys. I feel all right about the cookies on the plane. I think the cream does not add to this flavor.
Wow.
I don't find the combination to be very good. And I don't know. I just couldn't even get past the first one.
What?
Something about it did not work for me.
Past the first one.
I don't know. Like,
it's a pretty innocuous cookie.
I get those biscuits could be good with something, but this vanilla cream was not that particular something to me. I don't know if I'm just not feeling it tonight. I'm going to give him a dislike that.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. I was wondering if it was just me then when I heard how much you guys liked it. Turns out it was just me. Okay. Cavendish and Harvey, the pear and blackberry drops. So these come in a little tin and with two very distinct colored drops in there. One's like a pale yellow and the other is purple.
I didn't know when I bought these if they would be hard candies or soft, and they are hard. So
yeah, they're about Lifesaver size without the hole in the middle.
Are they the same flavor? Do I have to try both?
One of them's pear, one of them's blackberry.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't have the bag for this shit. You dumb
Oh, sorry.
Well, it's not a bag. It's a big fucking metal tin.
Okay, well, yeah, it's easier than... I actually do have a bag. It's just unnamed.
So you do have the bag for it.
You dumb fucker! What are you guys' thoughts on pears? I like them. I can't eat them, I don't think, but I like them.
I don't love pears.
To me, there's no reason to ever eat a pear. Apples exist, and they're better.
I think a good pear is fine.
But a good apple is better, so just eat an apple.
Okay, all right.
I do like blackberries a lot, though. They're probably like my favorite berry.
I like fried chicken, but you also like pizza, so just eat pizza. Okay, I guess that's unassailable
Fried
logic.
chicken is better than pizza.
Yeah, I'm going to have to switch halfway, or else we'll be here all day.
No, I'm integrity. We could just vamp about tits for a while.
I don't know why you'd eat a pear drop when apple drops exist. Oh, they don't.
You're under arrest now, Mr. Grinch. This is a public auditorium.
So, Chad, is lavender your brand?
Lavender?
Mm-hmm.
No. Where'd that come from?
Isn't this the lavender, isn't that the name of the snack?
No, Cavendish?
Oh, all right. I just read it real quick on the planning. I read it real quick on the planning.
All right, next I'm going to send you pictures of fucking messages.
I'm so lost tonight.
You cannot operate without a...
I checked the list 30 seconds before logging in and just grabbed 3 things.
Hey, Geiger, what you think of chartreuse, huh? What you liking colors? Tell me some.
That's actually not a bad color.
All right, Chad, you're up. What do you say?
These are tough. The blackberry one is significantly better than the pear one, I think. There's a very distinct flavor difference. The blackberry one, I like the flavor. The pear one is okay. I'm kind of indifferent, but this, I was hoping these would be a little easier to eat. I'm just not,
What is difficult to eat?
You've never sucked on something before?
That's not my. I don't like having like a thing that's just in my mouth for like a while. Slowly dissolving. Dripping down my throat, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I would rather. I would rather something I'd be able to chew.
Say hello to our new mayor of Whoville. Here, fits right in.
Yeah, so I'm gonna dock it some points for just being that kind of candy, but I think it tastes all right. I'm gonna settle on a high level indifferent to that for these ones.
So there's not a hard candy on the planet that could get a love from you.
I'm not sure there is. Love. I don't know. That would be a really high bar.
Like a jumbo Reese's cup is 1,000 times more unwieldy to eat than this shit.
I could eat it way faster.
Surprisingly, I might like the pear a tiny bit better. I think the blackberry is a little not quite strong enough of flavor, but I do think they're both pretty tasty. I think this is a pretty good hard candy. Sometimes hard candy is like a lifesaver, and the flavor's just like too generically fruity and like in a gross candy kind of way.
Yeah,
and these taste more natural. Like you can tell it's like a higher quality hard candy. I'm actually going to give these a like that. I think they're pretty tasty. Geiger?
First hard candy always comes to mind for me is Jolly Ranchers, and I do kind of still like them, but they are kind of that same. Yeah, everything's a super tart, sweet, like fruity, generic fruity flavor. I'm a Novak. I think these are good. I like the blackberry a little bit better. Pear is a fine flavor. Don't get me wrong. Just as good as apple. But I don't know, that blackberry, that little bit of tartness I like. Still like that. These are fine. I mean, I won't have a problem eating them. See, I'm even talking with them in my mouth right now. It's not impeding my speech whatsoever. Pretty simple to do. I'm just fine. No, I give it a like that.
Okay, a couple of likes and a different. We're actually tied. between the two so far, but we do have a chocolate covered cherry coming up that could mess things up for these two. So, Geiger, segment time.
All right, fellas, it's a brand new year. We've established that. I do not, unfortunately, have any Grinch content for you. However, I do have.
Well, that'll do it for this time.
Well, there's still a third snack, but okay.
Nope,
I don't want it anymore.
All right.
Ruin my mood.
Well, the Grinch fucked around. You guys are going to find out which duo you like the most of the duos tournament. Famously marred last time by me claiming fucking around and finding out was a pear.
Pear and blackberry?
Pear and blackberry.
Pear and blackberry, yeah.
And then lavender. Just the duo of lavender.
Yeah. Playing with your junk and not playing with your junk.
Grinch and the mayor.
Minimal and maximal penetration. Maximum, not maximal, I guess.
Moving and cactuses.
Yep. Yep. Anything else we talked about tonight you want to get to? So we're going to go through some duos, and as always, you folks. Last time the winner was wheeling and dealing. If you couldn't have picked that out of a lineup if you asked me who won. It somehow got through its bracket of bitching and moaning.
Always be Grinchin'.
Yeah, always be Grinchin'. So we, as always, start with a four food groups to get through. So the first two food pairings, very, very common. This might be a tough one for you guys. We'll see. Cereal and milk, very common pairing.
Delicious.
Cookies and cream. It's right there in the name. That's a classic pairing. That's a tough one. I think you guys might actually struggle a little bit.
Who do you want to go?
So, who wants to go first? Chad?
Chad,
let's
be.
So I've probably eaten more cereal and milk over the course of my life because I had it for breakfast, every day for the first 28 years of my life or something like that. I have eaten a lot of Oreos, which is what cookies and cream is based off of. I have to go with cookies and cream because it is my favorite ice cream flavor. Of all the flavors. So I will go cookies and cream.
Cookies and cream, also my favorite ice cream flavor.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And wow.
I like it. We can't have it in the house because, well, my wife doesn't eat ice cream anyway, so I could just get it. But she obviously can't eat the cookies. So
you can't even have it in the house?
Yeah.
You can.
I could. I just don't.
Southwest is throwing peanuts around, and you can't bring cookied ice cream into your freezer.
I open the lid and it just wafts into my wife's nose, and she falls down and shits her pants.
And I love cereal. I still eat cereal occasionally. It's delicious, but I just don't think of cereal and milk as a duo, like in the same way that cookies and cream are a duo. And so I'm going to give it on a technicality to cookies and cream.
I mean, you do eat them together, right?
Yeah, I understand that, but just like I don't think
two things.
The pairing, right? Sure.
Okay. That's fair.
I watched the Grinch and the Mayor in the movie together, but they're not necessarily
not a classic cinema pairing.
They're both juggling their nuts, but that does not make them necessarily a duo.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch and the Mayor. What? Don't forget about the Mayor.
He juggles his balls too.
The remake that my family is obsessed with. My wife loves the new Grinch, the Benedict Cumberbatch Grinch. I think we've talked about this before. And like the mailman is some big fucking character. Stop messing with the classics.
The mailman?
He's the mailman.
What about the mayor?
Exactly. What about the dog?
There's a mailman in Grinch?
Well, I mean, the town needs to get their mail. I understand the municipality has jobs. I'm just saying. I don't need to know about it in the fucking story. Anyway, moving on. Second grouping for food. A common pairing, not one I'd say I have a lot, but we've made it for dinner a few times in the house. Grilled cheese and tomato soup.
Oh, sure.
So grilled cheese sandwich and tomato soup.
We have that a lot.
And chocolate and strawberries is a classic pairing, mostly, a nice Valentine's gift, prominently known as. So, Novak, we'll start with you this time.
Both great. I do like a chocolate covered strawberry. But I think tomato soup and grilled cheese is an underrated duo. I think it's a delicious pairing. We have it often. That's what I'm going to go with.
I think chocolate and strawberries are fine. I'm not like the biggest strawberry fan in the world. I think they're okay. I famously don't like tomatoes. I understand that grilled cheese and tomato soup is a combo a lot of people like. My wife, for example, absolutely loves that combo. To me, the tomato soup part ruins it. I would way rather just eat the grilled cheese straight up. So I am going to go chocolate and strawberries. Geiger, you got to break the tie.
I mean, this is as easy as it gets. I can't eat strawberries. So, I mean, strawberry was my favorite fruit and to the point where I couldn't eat it. And I do love chocolate. Having said that, I'm not a big chocolate and fruit guy. There's some notable exceptions. I always bring this up. We had that Ocho bar that one time that was like chocolate and raspberry. I really liked that. But like we eat those cakes where there's like raspberry in there and chocolate. I'm not a big, it's okay. Mm-hmm. I would rather go for the grilled cheese and tomato soup myself. So I am going to go that way. And so that pits the grilled cheese and tomato soup against cookies and cream.
I mean, I'll go cookies and cream. There's no question here. Yeah. My favorite thing of these four versus my least favorite thing of these four.
Right.
I'll go cookies and cream too. Okay. It's a toss up, but I think that's what I'll go with.
Okay, we'll pause there and come back. All right, pop culture now. So we go to one of the big pairings of last summer. I'm a little summer late here, you guys, but Barbie and Ken, and a classic sci-fi duo, C-3PO and R2-D2.
Mm-hmm. It's like 2 summers ago, Barbie and Ken.
Yeah, right? and C3 and R2-D2 were like 30 summers ago.
Like 45 summers ago, I think.
Yeah, I don't remember actually. Oh yeah, that's right. Before I was born.
Yeah.
So I don't know who is this. You, Novak, now?
Mm-hmm. Barbie and Ken, classic duo.
I'm just Ken. Remember that song, guys? It was really popular.
Yeah, I remember the song. I don't know what the fuck that
was. Everybody has Ken. No,
I remember someone handsome and talented singing it.
Whoa!
And then you.
I'll show off my fucking abs right here on the camera.
And I never owned the dolls as a kid. Didn't have sisters, so they weren't really in the house. So it's not like something I remember that much from my childhood. Whereas C-3PO and R2-D2, I did watch a lot of Star Wars. The only scene I liked almost all the scenes those robots were in, like short of the one where C-3PO is playing with his nuts when he's right in the middle of the stage. It's a little distracting.
Yeah,
but R2-D2 can't play with his nuts. He doesn't have any arms, so he's all pissed off in the background.
R2-D2, mayor of the cyborgs, some say.
Droids, cyborgs. Oh fuck, man!
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Fuck you, all these nerds.
He's all robot, but he's got a human butt cheek, so he's a cyborg.
Okay, that was dumb, but Geiger sang that song, so let's not forget that.
I'm just kidding.
Let's not forget about the time Geiger said lavender for no reason.
I'm just Grinch. Sometimes I give my balls a singe.
So I'm gonna go with R2 and C-3PO.
I saw that Barbie movie. I thought it was fine to overrated. It had a couple funny parts, but I mean, I know a bunch of people that were like, "This is the best movie ever," and I'm like, it was okay. Maybe that makes me a chauvinist or something. I don't know, but it's kind of funny.
Okay.
I just wasn't blown away by it. Star Wars.
You're really dancing around this fucking movie. No one gives a shit if you like it or not. It's fine. No, I don't want all the Ken Mafia coming after me. I'm just saying it was fine. It was fine. It's fine. I'm also just Ken. I get it. I get it.
Star Wars, actually, a fan base that will come after you.
Yeah, it's true. Novak's dead. You call R2-D2 a cyborg. He's gonna be. We're gonna find him hanging from the rafters tomorrow.
I also think Star Wars is fine. There's more bad Star Wars content out there than good Star Wars content, but there is enough good Star Wars content to give the edge here for me to R2D2 and C3PO. So
I did grow up with sisters, and they did have a ton of Barbie shit. And the funniest part, there's two funny things real quick. My one sister had one. It was, I don't know what it was called, but like it was a mechanized Barbie that's supposed to be able to like brush her own hair. So you like put her arm down and then let it go, and it just goes creak, and like. But like if you put an actual brush in there, it just gets super fucking gnarled up in the hair, and so eventually the Barbie was just like couldn't move her arm. It looked hilarious.
She was a cyborg.
It was C3B Barbie. And then my sisters would take. I had those big. No, Mac, maybe you had them, or maybe you had too. Like those big rubber WWF figures, like the big. Right. And I had like a Paul Mr. Wonderful Orndorff and like a Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, like some random ones. And they would always take them to be like the Barbie's boyfriends. But like the Barbie was like...
Barbie likes roided out meatheads or whatever.
Skipper was a big fan of Jesse the Body Ventura, apparently. But like... He was also
I'm just Jesse the Body Ventura.
But like comparatively, it would be like Shaq dating, my son. Like they're like so fucking huge compared to the wrestlers. They looked hilarious. Like Paul Orndorff dating Barbie's midsection. All right, moving on.
Hey Barbie.
I did have a Hulk.
I know I look like the Grinch over here, but it's just because it takes me a while.
Remember WrestleMania 3 when Andre the Giant just kept playing with his dick? He was like, come on, I'm supposed to pin you. Hold on, Hogan. All right. I had nowhere to go with that. The other pop culture section, right?
I make the perfect Grinch, brother. I can juggle my balls for the matinee and the evening show, and I'll never get hard.
That was the concern at this kid's show, that the kid would get too hard.
Come save a few bucks at the matinee, brother. Come on.
The price for this kids show goes from $4 to $3.50.
Plenty of time after the matinee to go day drinking.
Pop a few Quaaludes and see what if the Grinch saved Christmas, brother. All right. Walter White and Jesse Pinkman,
Don't worry,
famous.
There'll be minimal penetration because
Hulk wants to minimally penetrate your mother, brother. All right. Walter White and Jesse Pinkman, Breaking Bad. And the other one is Jerry and George from Seinfeld. So, unfortunately, I think this is probably not that tough a match. But, Chad, this is you, I believe.
This one actually is tough for me because I really like Breaking Bad. Now, I guess I only watched it one time through. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like Seinfeld episodes I've rewatched like many, many times. And I still haven't even sat down and watched Better Call Saul yet. So I guess I'm not really that big of a Breaking Bad fan in that sense, because I haven't watched the sequel that some people say is even better. I don't know. So yeah, I guess I'll go Jerry and George here.
I'm a person that says Better Call Saul is better.
Mm.
I do like Breaking Bad. I like Better Call Saul. But I think it's going to come down to who's the best character of these four, and it's George Costanza.
Mm.
I believe he's the funniest of them. So I'm going to say George and Jerry.
Yeah, I mean, like Jesse Pinkman and Walter White were supposed to be very funny, so I can see why that would be a fair comparison.
Well, some people fucking love Walter White. Like they just think he's like the greatest television character of all time.
He was very good.
I wouldn't go that far.
He was very entertaining. I actually found, and I don't know if it was the actor's portrayal or who were supposed to. Until the very last seasons of Breaking Bad, I couldn't stand Jesse Pinkman. Even like, I know you're supposed to kind of not like him for a while, but like I found his characters just annoying as shit. And then at the end, he got good when he got like mute and abused.
I felt that way about.
Well, because he shut up.
Yeah.
It happens actually a fair amount. Like I felt that way for just about the entire play about the mayor of Hugo.
Yeah.
But he really redeemed himself at the end when he was like completely mute and just standing there scratching away at his tape. You're like, oh, okay, now I see where he was going this whole time. I see the motivation, the pathos, and so on.
Roast beast, bitch. It's the only thing I could think of from that show. Okay. Jerry and George versus C3PO and R2D2. Help me out. Who's first here? Novak, I think.
I'll go with Seinfeld.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Seinfeld too. If I had to sit down and watch something, I'd rather watch an episode of Seinfeld than a Star Wars movie, probably.
What, an episode of Star Wars?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We've got musical couplings here. Ready? Famous couple, Ike and Tina Turner. And, well, I mean, they're a couple. They were literally married. And the number one couple, they were actually the number 2 couple on Rolling Stone's famous or best musical duos. The number 1 was the Everly Brothers, who you do know their music. I wrote down some of their songs and then I lost the sheet I wrote it on. But
you gave that away as a white elephant gift, isn't it?
Yeah. They had that hit song "Minimal Penetration." Do you remember that? Not too much penetration is pretty minimal.
Their second single was "Cactus That Moves." Yeah.
So you know the songs. All I have to do is dream. That one. Okay. They also sing, I think, "Wake Up, Little Susie." Yep. So they were like, I mean, obviously from a long time ago.
Some old fucking songs.
Yeah. So Ike and Tina, who I actually don't know what they've actually sang together. I know Tina Turner a little bit. I don't really know.
A little less penetration, a little more action, please.
Penetrate, good times, come on.
This one's easy for me. I'm not picking domestic abuse. Ike Turner.
They said they were. Blame Rolling Stones, all right?
Okay. I don't care who the fuck I'm blaming. I'm not picking Ike and Tina. So, Everly Brothers, I guess.
Wake up to penetration.
Wow. Okay.
It's minimal. Yeah, I mean, I don't know any of those any Tina Turner songs really. I mean, I'm sure if I heard them, I don't like any of this kind of music, but at least like the Everly Brothers, I listened to those songs a decent amount as a kid because my dad used to play the oldie station all the time. So I'll go with them.
I can't get no pen.
I think they also sang Kathy's Clown, which is a famous song. Yeah. Turn that into a penetration.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Second one, you much more contemporary. I cheated a little bit on the second one for musical couple, but we'll get there. So for the first one, Dr. Dre and Eminem famously collaborated. Dr. Dre discovered Eminem, yada, yada. Number 2, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Kelce, technically not a musician, but
I fucking knew they were going to be in here for this.
Fuck them. They've been talked too much.
Did I text you guys the picture? I think I meant to text you the picture of the Kelce brothers book. Did I text you that?
No. Maybe? I don't think so.
I was going to text you. So we're in a bookstore in the kids section. And do you guys know those like little golden books or whatever that they have?
Yeah.
Where it's like, it's got a gold spine and like, it's Elmo and the monster in the end of the book or whatever the fuck.
Right.
So I'm like flipping, I'm like going through those and I pull one out and it's called the Kelce Brothers. And it's got like the two Kelces on the front and they're in their like football uniforms, like with their arm around each other, like cartoon drawings. And I start flipping through and it was like very recently written because like the last page is like, and then when the Chiefs won the Super Bowl, Taylor Swift was there to help celebrate with him, and it's got like he's on the page with Taylor Swift like hugging her in cartoon form, and I'm like, what fucking kids book is this? Like, who's buying this for their toddler?
You know, as annoying as it is that they keep talking about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce being together, I'm almost more sick of seeing Jason Kelce. Like, he seems like a perfectly nice guy. I don't need to see him on every football-related commercial for the next 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a big fat guy with a beard.
Book, and then you could see him whenever you want.
I could read to my little nephew, and this is when Jason Kelce was drafted in the 6th round out of Cincinnati.
I'm picking Eminem and Dr. Dre.
Yeah, I figured.
I think it goes without saying.
I mean, I was gonna pick the other because it should be Eminem and Snoop, or it should be Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg if you're gonna pick Dr. Dre with somebody. But
we can always do another tournament.
Gin and juice, maybe. So, in the finals is Everly.
Everly versus Dr. Dre and Eminem.
Everly Brothers, because Eminem's music's fine, but I also find him to be kind of a piece of shit.
Do you forget about Dre? It's a song they do together.
Yeah, I'm just
What?
Trey. Or whatever fucking-
I'm just Trey.
if it was Dre and if it was Dre and Snoop Dogg, I would have picked them. But I also do not like Eminem. I don't like his music, so I will go
All right.
Everly Brothers.
Yeah, Everly Brothers. Let's just fucking take those two to the.
Are you deciding now?
Let's have people win who I hadn't heard of 10 minutes ago.
All right. So we have a sartorial selection here, right? Shirt and tie, famous combo, duo. Socks and shoes. Really don't, they kind of go together. So shirt and tie or socks and shoes. What you got, Chad?
I famously don't like ties. This is famous. Everyone knows.
You've always said that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've always said that. I find them uncomfortable. I don't like wearing.
That's why you couldn't get the part of Mayor in the play.
Yeah. Ties. I find them pointless. I don't think they look good. I find them uncomfortable. So I will go shoes and socks.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine with shirt and tie, but I fucking hate I hate boat shoes and stuff. I hate having shoes on with no socks. It really bothers me, that feeling. So I'm going socks and shoes.
Sandals aside, obviously. Okay. And then the wild
what about
card.
your Vibram 5s, Novak? You wearing socks with your Vibram 5 fingers?
Oh, I hate those fucking things. You know what he's talking about, Novak?
Yeah, where it looks like there's an
toe
individual
shoes?
spot for each toe.
Yeah, those are
like
creepy as shit.
I would like to try one on, actually. I've never tried it on. But.
I know a guy that was ran a marathon with them, and he had never run in them before. And then he told me he got to the finish line and his feet were just bleeding.
Oh, of course.
I'm like, good job, dude.
Some creepy IT dipshit our company wore them when we called them toe shoes. That's my only
Called the guy toe shoes?
We called the guy toe shoes because it was just easier. All right. Final matchup, wild card here. Reaping and sowing. Right? You reap what you sow. That's a good pair to have in there in the wild card.
Sure.
And it'll go up against Fadoink and Pajawa. So
no.
I'll explain what that is.
No.
Yes, it's happening. No. Yep.
You don't need to.
No. A Fadoink is when you bop your partner lightly in the face with a hard penis. And a Pajawa is when you do the same with a limp one. That's it. That wasn't so hard, guys. You don't have to be so embarrassed.
We have said Fadoink on this podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just Pajawa. Oh, no, sorry.
I'm mostly disappointed in how it's a duo.
They're clearly the same thing, just with different
states. You can't do
This is a
both
threesome?
at the same time.
There's
no...
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, no.
Yeah, you know what?
What? Voted to the championship.
I didn't expect you to call me on,
what? What? You know what?
What is
what? What do I know? What do I know about Pajawas? Tell me.
Yeah, I'm voting for. I forget what the first one
Reaping
was.
and sowing.
Yeah.
Such fucking shame you have. All right. I'm just comfortable with my sexuality.
Yeah.
So,
which is what?
Limp
dick slap to the face.
limp dicking my wife in the cheek while she's sleeping. Yeah.
I'm just comfortable with my assault.
Assault?
Yeah.
What happened here? All right, we're gonna cut this entire segment out.
Yeah. I'm gonna go reap and sow also.
All right, reaping or sowing or socks and shoes.
Yeah, I mean, I can go on a given day without reaping or sowing anything, but I need to wear socks and shoes pretty much any day. Like if I'm leaving the house,
you got to accomplish something at some point. You got to reap.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go socks and shoes.
All right.
Yeah, I don't fear the Reaper. I'm not afraid of what's going to happen if I choose socks and shoes. So I'm going socks and shoes.
All right, socks and shoes versus the Everly Brothers.
What a tournament.
Dream, dream, dream. All I have to chew is dream.
They also sing this song. I was looking it up just in case they were going to make a run here. They Wake Up Little Susie.
Yeah, I mentioned that, but thanks.
Yeah. Oh, did you?
Uh-huh.
Wake up a little Susie, because I just hit you with my penis.
Okay, they are awake when they happen. That's not a...
My Pajawa alarm clock.
1 to 11 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 4. 5 to 11. All right. No, man. Make a rating and save
song,
us.
Kathy's Fadoink. I believe it was.
Send in the Fadoink.
Oh, man. This is really tough, actually.
You're a hard one, Mr. Fadoink. You're not limp like Pajawa.
Oh, thank God, no, we haven't gets this far into the episode. Socks and shoes. I do like to make a point of how I really hate shoes with no socks, but the Everly Brothers
Put out some bangers.
They're hot right now.
They're in the zeitgeist.
Probably dead, but very hot.
They've really come to light in the last 30 minutes. So I'm going to go with the Everly Brothers.
Yeah, I mean, I do wear Crocs sometimes, like when we're going to the pool. So I'll go Everly Brothers.
Okay. At the top, we've got Jerry and George against Cookies and Cream. This might be tough.
All right. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Jerry and George, good duo for sure. But they don't make an amazing milkshake. I will go Cookies and Cream.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do Cookies and Cream.
Okay. Cookies and Cream versus the Everly Brothers, just like everyone expected.
Mm-hmm. Phil and Don Everly.
Yes.
I just looked that up.
What do they look like? Are they hot or what?
Yeah, they're dreamboats. They look like every other fucking person from the like all these Buddy Holly look-alike dudes.
They're hot AF.
Yeah. They have big old Elvis pompadours.
Yeah, Phil. Oh,
if you can see
Don.
here.
Who's the better looking?
Oh, Phil. Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. Oh, God damn it. Don ruined that picture.
You had me at Phil. You lost me at Don.
Yeah. One of them better looking than the other. That is faux show.
Phil's more of the Fadoink of the two, if you catch my drift.
It's a bit of a Phil doink.
They look a little homely, I gotta be honest.
Phil Doink and Don Jawa.
Don Jawa. Oh boy.
So stupid.
I guess we can't take that out. I guess we can't cut around it now. It's too far gone. Sorry.
Send us questions for the mailbag.
What are you picking, Chad?
Oh, is it me? I'm just gonna pick Cookies and Cream.
Ooh.
I never heard of these two fucks.
Phil Everly did not age well. He looks like fucking Jerry Glanville. He's fucking terrible in this picture.
Oh, Jerry Glanville represents.
Yeah, Don. No, thank you.
They're old men. What the fuck do you expect? They just look. They're like 82 in those pictures.
Well, they're
You're
dead.
Like, look at this guy. He looks really old.
Why doesn't this great grandpa have a tight ass?
Oh, wake up, little Susie. I got diarrhea. All right. So what just happened? Dude, we pick one? Cookies and Cream versus Everly Brothers?
And Cream,
okay.
And those guys look like they're only really capable of a bachowa these days. But I do think we live in a day of Viagra, and they're still Fadoink worthy. And so I'm going to go with the Everly Brothers for the win, which is going to leave...
Oh,
you picked the champion. You fuck.
Do you want an ice cream you can't keep in your house, or Jerry Glanville Brothers?
Well, once again, I am hoisted upon my own fedora here.
Now you know a little bit more about reaping and sowing.
This is all your fucking fault. Look, I think the Everly Brothers music is nice. It's fine.
Yeah, it is.
But I probably, despite my lactose problems, would eat cookies and cream 1,000 times before listening to album 1 of the Everly Brothers. So I will go with cookies and cream as the winner. As boring as that might be, we'll go with that. And that was Stu's turn.
All right. Cookies and cream with the dub. It's time for the Dillon's Gourmet Milk Chocolate Dried Cherry Candies. Dillon's since 1918, so it says in the package. We've probably had a Dillon's product at some point in our lives. I can't think of anything specifically.
It's that famous chocolate fruit combo that Geiger loves so much.
Yeah, I realized as I said that. But, I mean, they might be good. We'll see.
These are more like larger than like a bit larger than like a milk dud, like a couple of milk duds put together. And they're totally different, ununiform sized pieces. So don't think of like, when you think chocolate covered cherries, don't think of like those Queen Anne cordials, because these are just all like completely dry in the middle.
May contain an occasional pit. So it might use a real ass cherry, apparently.
So I wish there was a bit more of a cherry flavor. And I don't even love cherries. I just think that would make it a better snack as a whole. Because the couple that I've had, the chocolate's probably a little too overwhelming, and there needs to be a better balance. That said, I do think the chocolate tastes decent, and the cherry is a nice combo when you get a good mix of it together. I think it's pretty tasty. I'm going to give it a very solid like that. Geiger, what do you think?
I said I wasn't a big fan of fruit and chocolate. The chocolate is good. I think the chocolate's good on this. I'm with you in that mine at least seemed predominantly chocolate, like with a tiny little bit of, maybe do a cross section here once. Yeah. Like the cherry's a real small spot in the middle.
Yeah.
I would like a little more cherry, as dumb as it sounds after I just said I don't like fruit and chocolate as much. This is not as bad though, because it's tart and it's not like a fake fruit flavor like you get with some of those raspberry cakes and stuff. I actually do like it. I think the chocolate's good enough. And there's not a ton of overly saccharine like fruit like syrup in the middle. Probably because it's a real cherry, I think. So yeah, I just solid like that. These are not bad.
Okay, we've got a couple of likes. Where we're at right now is there's a tie between the first two. And if Chad were to give these in a different, we're going to have a 3-way tie. But if he feels a little bit stronger about it, they will win the episode. Chad, what do you say?
So my favorite version of this kind of thing is a chocolate covered raisin. I do love a chocolate covered raisin. And usually you can really get a lot of good raisin flavor from that. The cherry here is too small. It's a little too subtle of a flavor. So this is like 95% chocolate, and you just kind of get a little bit of cherry on the back end, which is still good. But if I'm eating a dried cherry, I want more of that dried cherry. Like it feels like a little bit of false advertising there. But the chocolate tastes like good quality chocolate. It has a good flavor to it. So for that reason alone, I am going to squeak it just up into a like that. Even though it's not my favorite snack today, but I think it's good enough.
All right, it will give them the win. The Dillon's milk chocolate dried cherries, narrowly beating out the other two snacks. Geiger, where can the listeners contact us?
If you have ever been to a school play and something goofy happened, like the kid scratches nuts, I guess. If you
doesn't get goofier than that, gosh.
If you're a big fan of the Everly Brothers, I mean, just all I'd say is look at them when they were younger. They were good-looking men at one point, and now they're
look at Phil.
Well, yeah,
stop.
Yeah, don't look at Phil. Don't look at Phil in the future. He just looks like he's trying to sell you barbecue sauce. You fucking old piece of shit. He's dead now, though. So
look up Phil. Type into Google Phil Everly 22 to 35. That's when you want to see Phil Everett.
Right, hard body after. See what happens.
Tell the AI to draw a paper bag over Don's face and any pictures that
Just like I remember them. One, a nameless hobo, and the other is Dreamboat Phil. Let us know what you think of our snacks. Suggest a snack. Ask a question for the mailbag. All the good stuff at youtrydat@gmail.com. We're on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. We are pretty much available anywhere you would get your podcast. So if you could leave us a star or a like or a review or whatever it is that indicates that you enjoy the podcast, that'd be great. And if your friends and family are folks that you think would enjoy it, probably the same kind of folks that would like a minimal penetration t-shirt for Christmas, please invite them on in. And thanks for listening.
All right. Last quick question. You're going to see your kids play. Your kid is in a play. What is the maximum time length that these fuckers should be on up there?
10 minutes.
I mean,
let's say it's an elementary school play.
I was going to say that varies as they get older, right? Because when they're in high school or something, and it's actually like,
then it's
when they're older, I want them to doing all three parts of The Godfather. What are you fucking talking? I want them to do it at all. It's all still fucking terrible.
We just had a dance at like my daughter's school had a dance, so like every kid takes dance once a week or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so they're like, oh, come in at 9:30 and the kids are going to do a dance performance. And so each grade did a dance. So like my daughter in kindergarten, her dance, they did the chicken dance. So all the kindergartners up there doing the chicken dance for 3.5 minutes or whatever it was. And that was fine. But then I had to sit through first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade.
That's the tough part.
Right. Some of those were like a lot longer and getting very boring. And so I think the whole thing was like, I don't know, 45, 50 minutes. And I'm like, this should have been 30 minutes tops.
Shit, I gotta wait. When your kid's in the first one.
I know.
We did that with my daughter too. And then she's like, can you come to my second show? So I had to go watch the whole fucking thing all over again. And I'm like, oh my God. Which when my daughter's on it, it's awesome. When everyone else's kid is on it, sucks shit.
Wicked?
She was Alphaba. It's two parts now.
You're a popular one, Mrs. Glenda.
I was gonna say, if you ask me to make Wicked jokes, I have no frame of reference. I've seen it, I just don't remember any of it.
Wake up, defying gravity.
I'm assuming it's a song.
Defying Gravity is about changing from a pajama to a fedora.
It's lifting.
I think I'll try it with a hard penis.
I'm trusting you a lot with these jokes I'm laughing at. I have no idea what this is, but okay. We went. My son had his old daycare did this like Christmas show, and again we had to go both of them, and it's the same thing. They each have a 2-minute skit, and then they run off stage. Then a bunch of other kids run out there, and then the worst part was the director would come out and give like a 45-minute. And then when I created this daycare, and then I had to go to the city and get special permit. And I'm like, what the fuck is this have to do with Christmas, first of all? Second of all, I don't give a shit. Let's go home. And I had to watch it twice. And the first time...
You realize you said that out loud?
Well, she got mad at us in the first show, my wife and I, because we sat like in the second row. And my son came out in this little like penguin costume. He's supposed to waddle around like he was very little, and he saw us and freaked out and just took a running head start and stage dove off the stage, and I had to catch him, and then like he wouldn't go back on stage, and she's sitting behind us. She goes, he's not supposed to do it. For the second show, could you sit up at the balcony so he can't see you? We need him to dance. I'm like, you need him to fucking dance? He's 2 or 3 or whatever. Like the whole fucking production depends on my son waddling around out there and scratching his ass.
Prodigy. The whole show falls apart if he's not up there doing the 2-step.
Fucking Gene Kelly doing the penguin waddle for 5 minutes. So we had to sit up at the balcony the second show, and that's when I got to hear her regale us with this fucking story of zoning ordinances again or whatever the fuck it was. Didn't like that lady, but the show was fine.
I will say with the 2-show thing, I talked about before when I was in Peter Pan in 8th grade. and there was actually 4 shows of Peter Pan, and the way it broke down was like my mom was going to go to 2 of them, and then my dad and stepmom were going to go to the other 2, so that like they didn't have to have the chance of seeing each other or whatever the fuck. So my dad and stepmom go to their first show, and that first show, I think I talked about on the pod before, was like, it was a complete disaster where like the wire rigging for like Peter Pan and stuff like just didn't work. Like the dads who were pulling the kids up, like they fucked up, and like Peter Pan, this poor girl, this 8th grade girl, she's like flying around stage, smashing into the walls of the set and stuff, like while she's trying to sing "You Can Fly," smash into the window, and so like. Then she lands and she's like, want to try it? And like the audience like erupts in laughter. But like my dad and stepmom were so like bored with the show and like annoyed with the show that then they didn't go to the second show and didn't tell me. And then I found out later and they're like, oh yeah, your dad was feeling sick. Like they made up some like bullshit excuse or something like that. And I'm like, you just didn't go because you didn't like the show.
What was he expecting? Rodgers and Hammerstein?
I know. I definitely felt some type of way about that.
Well, he was feeling sick. I mean, well, fine. Smee couldn't stop playing with his nuts. Okay?
TikTok Pajawa Croc over there. I couldn't entertain my dad for 20 minutes. Did you have a big role? Which were you might have said? Were you Peter Pan?
I was John.
Okay.
I was John. Right. So like which was the biggest, other than Captain Hook, like the biggest boy, the second biggest boy role or something like that. But yeah.
Who played Smee? Was it like some fat white-haired kid, like some fat kid with a receding hairline already?
I don't remember. It was me. I was Smee.
Joking that it was some dad trying to lift you in the air.
Son of a fuck!
I broke. Yeah, that was the problem. Was I broke all the wires?
You broke the pulleys. Who wants to try? Like smashing down on the ground.
This thing can pull a fucking airplane, and I can't lift up this goddamn kid in
it. John stays on the fucking ground. He can't
just Final Destinationing all the wires and just snapping left and right.
There's no second show because half the actors are killed at the
show. We feared for our lives, all right? Your dad wasn't sick. We just didn't want to dodge wire shards anymore, okay?
I watched 3 children perish in the first show. I was not going back.
Well, listeners, you reap what you sow. You turned this on. This is your fault, not ours. So, we'll be back next time. We're trying out 3 brand new.
Deuces.